Gemini, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I hope this finds you well. You've got so many major arcanas, Gemini. It sort of just stood out to me. You've got the Sun right at the bottom of the deck. The Sun's always an extremely positive omen. That whatever you've got going on, it's good. It stands for joy, exuberance, expressing yourself with other people. Now, I cannot find my additional guidance card, so I pulled a major only, and you got the Chariot card. Now, you got that twice in your December general reading, so I think the theme is pretty, and the message is really clear, Gemini, that it's time to move forward, basically. Now the Chariot is it's a major arcana, so you can resist it if you wish. The choice is always yours. Now the crowning card is the Knight of Pentacles, so this might be about moving forward in very practical matters of your life, housing, job, career, or it could be to do with an earth sign person, man or female. It's not gender specific. But the message is clear that it's time to move on, to be this Chariot card. And I feel you're being supported and helped. You're definitely being supported and helped by the Sun card. It's, you know, and you've got the Magician, which means you've got the emotional power and the strength coming through you to make the changes that you need to. And then nothing sticking out if this is an emotional issue or a financial issue. So maybe it's going to be different for everyone watching, how it's going to play out. You've got 3 Wands cards. So Wands are your life force. And I've definitely got a feeling that it might be quite stressful and quite hard work, Gemini, but I think you're going to do it. You start the week, 2 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So the 2 of Wands is notoriously, shall I go right or shall I go left? And how shall I progress? It's with the 5 of Wands, which I think you're pushed and pulled in so many different directions. I think maybe your head's going one way, your heart's going the other way, Gemini, about some important decision you need to make. But you need to make it, because right next to it is a Death card with the World card. So I'm sort of laughing because they're so deeply and profound cards together. The World card is the end card of all the cards, which means you're ready to move on, you're ready to let go, to leave one identity behind, or a way of thinking behind, a habit behind. The Death card can mean anything. It can be the death of low self-esteem. It can be the death of a habit that only drains your energy. It can be the end of a relationship, the end of a job. But look, Gemini, it's paired with the World card. The world's your oyster. It's, you know, it's one of these endings that are totally blessed, okay? Because there's different forms of ending. I think we all know that. But this is an ending that's got blessed written on top of it. And if I was you personally, Gemini, I wouldn't resist this at all. The Death card is always a challenge because there's a letting go of what we once knew. And sometimes even the most destructive thing can have a little bit of loss and we have to let go of it. That is just part of the process. You then get the Chariot again, so you got it twice in this reading, you got it twice in your December reading. So I'm not going to talk about that again. It's about forward motion and it's about change. Now it's with the 10 of Wands, another Wands card, another 10. No, you haven't got another 10, a 10. End of a cycle. You've got your vision. You see where you're going and you're nearly there. But what I'm worried about, Gemini, is first of all, this can be a psychological card that you're burdened with guilt, too much responsibility, pressure. Some of you can just be working really hard, working 2 or 3 jobs. But there's a feeling of the end's in sight here. Boy, are you being helped. The Chariot twice, the Sun card and the World card. You're being helped to move forward. These are only states of mind, the minor arcanas, okay? I'm not saying they're not important and they're not big events, but they're not the majors. The majors are our spiritual support and our spiritual lessons. You end with the Magician, loads of energy, the power to make changes and not go back, not change your mind. But look at this card. He brings in divine power through his crown chakra, and he manifests it in the direction of making new beginnings in his life. This is total focused energy in order to move forward in your life with all these cards, and it's moving on to the 4 aces, which is a new beginning emotionally, financially, spiritually, in every direction you choose. It's with the King of Cups, which again is emotional power. It's emotional power to not get dragged in, and it's emotional power not to get sucked in. This King of Cups is either going to be someone in your life, tends to be water sign, but not necessarily. It represents your emotions and relating on an emotional basis. The King of Cups would relate through emotional depth, okay? He expresses himself. He's got a little bit of peace. He's got his own throne. He's got a little bit of peace within him. One of my favourite cards, Gemini. An awful lot of emotional power. That with the Magician is having strength, focus, centered in your heart in order to move forward. Now my only issue, Gemini, is if you don't go with these cards, okay? I mean, that's another era. Everyone's got free will. We can all be pushed and prodded and led by our heart to make changes, but we can say no, and we can stay in the 5 of Wands if we choose to. The choice is always yours. Well, unless fate or destiny steps in, okay? But that's generally the more destructive side of the majors, is if we're not listening from within in order to make these changes. Rapid month here, rapid week, Gemini. I got that sense in your general reading and in your love readings. All your readings for December were very rapid, very positive, and very, very life affirming. I think it's about, it might be around this Knight of Pentacles, which might be an earth sign person, or it might be you on your horse going ahead and making changes to the foundations of your life. It's so blessed, this change. So I don't quite know what else to say here, Gemini, apart from destiny's on your side. Resist if you want. The 5 of Wands is a resistance card. You can contact me directly, Gemini. My email's in the About section if you want a private reading, or just to let me know what's going on, because this is, just to say, Gemini, this is a little bit powerful this week for you, and I really wish you all the best, Gemini. Okay, very, very exciting times. Keep going. Don't resist it. I know it's hard not to resist at times. Take a deep breath. Thy will be done, and just keep going forward. Lovely, lovely, powerful. Speak to you later, Gemini. Bye.